I absolutely love Bob's Burgers. I love the characters, I love the family dynamic, I love the town, the setting, the atmosphere, the humor, everything. 13 seasons in, and episodes still hit in a way that make me cry. I have probably actively watched every single episode a minimum of 10 times. Yada yada, you guys already can guess. This is my favorite show, and ever since the world had that one thing happen a few years ago, you know what I'm talking about. My divorce. It's been acting as a really bright spot in a somewhat dark world. Which is why, after watching it enough times, you tend to pick up on some, let's just say, darker elements of the show that you don't notice if you're just casually watching. But unless it's autoplayed, or you're just choosing videos with your eyes closed like I do sometimes, I'm assuming you read the title of this video and know what you're getting yourself into. So, let's get into it. Gonna start this off with a little side tangent. I know this is a bit of a divide in the community, but I actually love this show's vignette episodes. They can vary in quality, obviously, but the best ones really use the vignettes to encapsulate that character's thought processes and their own sense of humor. One of my favorites is actually in Season 10, Episode 19, The Handyman Can. In this one, a family's walk-in needs some electrical work done, but a frazzled Teddy is saying that he can't do it. Bob and Linda are debating calling another handyman, but knowing it will likely cost them the upcoming day at a trampoline park to afford a not Teddy, the kids try to restore his confidence so that he can do the job. Each kid has their own segment of the episode, and it's really charming. My personal favorite is Tina's Boys for Now avalanche on top of a mountain story. Really cute. It's just a simple premise that the episode can have running in the background, leading into the stories, where most of the episode's actual content is, along with unique animation opportunities and jokes that come along with them. And that's honestly why I adore the vignette episodes. They give us a great chance for the showrunners to tell us a uniquely funny joke that they normally couldn't be able to. But it never lets them outstay their welcome because of its need to fit 3 separate skits in the same episode. Absolutely adorable. But, backing up a little bit, why was Teddy frazzled again? Teddy's a guy with a lot of anxieties, ayo same, but this time it's a bit different. He was installing a ceiling fan in Reggie's gazebo and...
You know how I've been installing a ceiling fan and an outlet in Reggie's gazebo?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, I just found out that there was some kind of short and it burned down.
Reggie, of course, being another side character from the early seasons who has kind of faded away since these early seasons. Similarly to, but more severely than Mort, I'd say. But that's just like an odd story beat, right? Ceiling fan in a gazebo? Seems a little weird to me, but whatever, to each their own. I will not tell another person how to gazebo.
Gazebo, gazebo, this is a f***ing gazebo. When I stand inside I feel alright and that's not a placebo.
But the peculiar thing is, this isn't the first time that we've heard of Reggie's gazebo. So, like I said, Reggie is from the earlier seasons, so to hear about this mythical gazebo again, we gotta go back to the show's golden era. Season 4, Episode 14, Uncle Teddy. Another banger of a classic. This is the one where Burger Bob and Linda go to BurgerCon, and Teddy watches the kids. Tina falls in love with Reggie's Deli's new dangerous delivery boy. The motor scooter riding, melodica playing, teen boy Jonah. She runs off with him in the middle of the night, leading Teddy, Jean, and Louise to go searching for her. The relevant part of this is really easy to miss, but when they stop by Reggie's to ask if he knows where Jonah is, he says himself,
"Well, for a while him and his friends like to hang out in my gazebo, but then one night it rains and it leaks a tiny bit and they wouldn't shut up about it, like I'm the jerk."
Alright, so Reggie's gazebo leaks. What does that mean for Season 10's The Handyman Can? Well, for one, it might get Teddy off the hook. While it's possible he patched up Reggie's gazebo to fix the leaks first, and his shoddy first job led to the second being a disaster, I doubt it. Teddy has always been portrayed as a talented, if unorthodox handyman. So, more likely to me, is Reggie was dismissive of his leaky gazebo, as he appears to be back in Season 4 by his tone, and he went ahead with the plans for the fan without telling Teddy of the potential hazard. Ergo, Teddy is still a great handyman, and Reggie is an irresponsible, former gazebo owner. Case closed, we're done here. And the show's canon agrees with this, given the fact that we see Teddy do jobs for the Belchers and other people in town after this episode, which would be very unlikely if his negligence led to this gazebo's untimely end. Meaning Reggie possibly tried to sue Teddy or get insurance money on the gazebo, and was found to be due to the unknown leak, or if evidence was lacking, an accident is always possible. If there was an official investigation, I think he'd still be in the clear, because even though Teddy seemed scared at the time, he's shown his ability to know when to lie to police, in Season 11's Some Kind of Fender Bender Full. So it's pretty unlikely he'd give himself up after the kids get him back in his groove. Respect, Teddy. So, a cute callback that leads to a little headcanon post-episode. That's really fun. I absolutely love this show, so to be able to notice little things like this are really a unique experience, regardless of if it's intentional or not. But it can also be a little horrifying. Let's dig a little deeper. Imagine for a moment you're Reggie, deli owner, small tourist town, you make okay money, you have a leaky gazebo. Life is dull. You crave adventure and a family, and you have to watch one of your neighboring businesses live your life that you want. And the one thing that you have to your name that's cool, your gazebo, is leaky, and it is the bane of your existence. So, you decide to make a deal with the devil himself. Or, more specifically, Bob Odenkirk, playing Slippin' Jimmy McGill, playing Saul Goodman, playing Chase, the crooked insurance agent. Or, more likely, it'll happen to you more like how it happened to Bob back in Season 3, Episode 7, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Just as an aside, I'm noticing that I love the titles of these episodes way more than I ever thought that I did. But one of my favorite episodes of all time, I shouldn't need to recap this for anyone. If you haven't watched this episode, watch this episode. I'll wait, I will be right here when you're done. Wasn't that so cool? I love the part when Nostalgia Critic came in and said the room was bad, but my second favorite part was when Chase had this line.
Now, for our next fraud, I'm thinking lightning. A big surge could mess up all these incredibly expensive appliances. Am I nuts?
Yes.
So, this is a guy who talked earlier about using
My good buddy odorless kerosene did. Ugh.
and now he's talking about electrical surges. And finally, the million-dollar question that's on everyone's mind. Why do you need a ceiling fan in a gazebo? Is it unreasonable to think that an insurance agent who's
Pulled hundreds of scams, and I'm gonna pull hundreds more.
could combine two former ideas into one new one? Someone so dark that viewing a scene of drowned children immediately goes for the "this is fake" mentality before believing it for a moment. Not to mention, in a small town such as this, it's not uncommon for one insurance agent to cover a majority of local businesses, especially ones of the same type. 2 restaurants, something Chase shows an enthusiasm for in this episode, referring to it as a cash cow. I know that by the end of the Season 3 episode, Chase is reported, but it's never directly shown what happens to him as a result of this. But it honestly doesn't matter either way. Just like why I let myself get divorced, I can't explain why it happened right now, but let that just be a little teaser for an upcoming video. So, backing up to the beginning of this video, is it possible that this cute little reference goes this far? Because if it does, that opens the floodgates to a lot more possibilities. Because this takes the idea from Season 3 Episode 7 of one crooked insurance agent doing business under the table, and expands it to a lot of the local businesses also doing insurance fraud, systematically committing federal crimes across the entire population of the town. And this adds a lot of questions to future episodes where we see new businesses pop up in the area. But is it possible? Of course it's possible. Anything can be and is possible. But the important question, the one I want to see in the comments below, is do you think there's a chance that this is all intentional? I personally subscribe to this headcanon, just like how you should subscribe to me. We just hit 100 subscribers, and what a great way to start the new year. But if you don't think this makes any sense, then that's totally okay too. I won't get mad at anyone for disagreeing with me, but I just want to know why. Talk to me, let's have a discussion. What's your views on this? In the meantime, I'll leave you with this. Regardless of how you feel about my theory, it gives you a great reason to go back and watch 3 of the series' best episodes in my opinion, with hopefully a new mindset. But, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time. Ah, my sweet, sweet child. The true horror has yet to come.